Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It's the simulcast gang themselves. Mr. Invisalign, that's why I got a lisp tonight. I can't take my shit out because I had it out all yesterday and I was drinking and shit. So if you hear a lisp, because my tongue too big, it's because I got my shit in. Fuck you if you picking on me. I'm trying to get my teeth straight. Anyway, this is the simulcast gang. This is the 1-2 combination. This is the Batman and Superman of the podcast gang. Hey, we still fuck with Screwball.
Hey,
I just want to put that out there. I still want to put that out there. But I am the incredible, edible. Matter of fact, before I finish that, my mom has heard my intro a couple times, and I'm going to tone it down today. So I am Mr. Duval County, West Side, Jacksonville, Florida 904, because my mom said if I'm Mr. Edible, Incredible, Sexual again, she's going to disown me. So I'm gonna leave it alone for this episode. It's coming back, but because I know my mom gonna watch this one,
just take a little break. Take a little break. I mean,
I'm gonna leave this one alone.
I mean, you don't mess with Miss Sharon. If she says you can't be incredible and edible, I might have to roll with that. You might have to just chill out on that. Nope, so, baby, you can't be incredible and edible.
I can't be pseudo-sexual. I can't be anything. So I'm gonna leave it alone.
His mom said he can't do it. Oh, we back to our simulcast. You know I'm gonna be talking to you here for these little. You know what I'm saying? That's who gives me all the great ideas. Shout out to the fiance.
I love it. So that's who I am. But do you know my right-hand man on my left-hand side? But he said my left-hand man on my right-hand side? The Batman to this Batman and Superman combination? Mr. Big Gang James himself, Southside Suburbs, Mr. West Coast, Mr. My whole state is on fire right now, and I don't mean in a good way.
Nah.
James Madison Walton III. What's going on, baby? What's good? Are you safe is the first question.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're good, man. My condolences to everybody around the state. Chris, you remember the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, and the whole sky was like on fire or whatever.
Yeah,
and
remember when he went to hell?
Yep.
That's kind of, it's like that, but not to that extreme where you got like, you know, the demons reaching at you. But, you know, we were sitting at dinner, man, and I said, babe, something just hit me ahead. And she goes, it's probably Ash, hon. So, I mean, people with lost.
That's crazy.
So, obviously, prayers up to all of them. I think about them every day out here on these roads, you know, to start a somber point. But, you know, I'm just hoping that we can get some rain out here. But we're good, man. We're blessed. We're excited to be back. You know, shout out to me, you know, fourth round Bryce Love in the building. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a little bit more on that. You know, I did do that, America, and I did that live in front of the world.
Oh, trash.
Do I regret it? No, because I mean it's me. I mean, at the end of the day, I got trashed on my show for hours about my draft. But Chris, did you know I had 4 trade offers like the next day? So obviously they disagreed with what I did there, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'd like to say that I'm really depending on my wide receivers too to be all pros, but I digress, man. America, the thing I do want to talk about before we get into what we're going to talk about, I just want to let you know, man, I listen to a lot of music. This has nothing to do with what we're doing the show, but I will let you know. Gabby Wilson is the coolest in all of R&B in the last 4 years. That's all I'm going to say. If you ain't messing with her, you need to go back and listen to that first full mixtape. Go get it. Go to Spotify. First, see if we're on there. Maybe you might catch us. We might have gotten picked up. We don't know. Go find What's Good America first. Go listen to her first album. She is the only hope we have to keep R&B alive, male or female. So I want to get that out there. We'll talk about that another day. But I called this session, man, because this is what this show is here to do. I mean, we're in our time. I've got an NFL guy here. I had a wannabe NFL guy here with a Wolverine shirt on. And this is it, man. What did you think about what you saw Thursday night, man? Like, what were your thoughts? Let's just kick right into it. Let's just start with what we saw on Thursday, man.
Going right into it, the 2 things I took from it. And sorry, America, this is what we do. I'm just going to jump right down into it. How do you boo
Oh, you going
unity.
there.
I'm sorry.
I
wasn't.
didn't think you were gonna go there. I didn't even hear that part. I got there when the kickoff happened, so I heard
So
about it through Black
there
Twitter.
was no kneeling, no anything. Like the Texans were in the locker room. Kansas City came out, national anthem, all that stuff. Like it was very PC. And then the black national anthem came on, or something came on, and then the Texans came out. Everybody was there was no. That's think about it. I don't think anybody kneeled from what the camera showed. Nobody was kneeling. Everybody was locked up, elbow to elbow, in a form of unification, like a band of brothers. And there was so much booing that you couldn't hear the song. So I don't know if the booing was over the song. I don't know if the booing was over the unification. I don't know if the booing was because Kansas City was only allowing 30% occupancy for the game. I don't know. My personal, what I believe, you're booing blackness, essentially. That's kind of what I got from it. Like, you're booing unity. Like, it was an olive branch. Like, it was, okay, you don't like us kneeling, even though you said kneeling was probably the best thing that we should do. You don't like us staying in the locker room, which up until a couple of years ago, I want to say less than 10, that was the thing that everybody did anyway. You didn't like that, so we're going to lock arms. Both teams showing that we're a unified front. And then that's still a fucking problem. So that's the major take I got initially. And the non-controversial take, I don't know how the fuck to beat Kansas City. I don't. I don't know what coverage to run because God knows you can't, and it's about to get deep for those football heads out there. You can't run man. God no. You can't run cover 2. You can't run Tampa 2. You can't run 4 because they can run the ball. You can't run 3 because 3's gonna leave some spots in the out and everything. Like I don't know what you can do outside of like hitting these dudes in the knee before the play starts. Like I don't know how you beat them. Those are the two things I took. And mind you, I know the Houston Texans aren't the greatest of teams. And it showed that DeAndre Hopkins, you probably should have paid this man. But even it's still an NFL team. I don't know what you do to slow them down outside of a natural disaster. They look unbeatable. I know it's week 1, whatever, but they look unbeatable. Go ahead.
Very quick take. And, me personally, I didn't hear the booing. I read about it. And I'm just going to say that you can just refer back to other episodes. I'm not getting into that. I've made my peace when it comes to national anthem. I've said the things I've said. It's probably cost me a chance to run for president, along with picking Bryce Love in the 4th round.
The Bryce Love thing may have cost you more so than running for president because I will say, before you go, I will say Donald Trump has inspired me because he showed me, right, you don't really have to know much presidential law type stuff to run this country. So it's giving me hope that, you know what? I'm 36 now, and you got to be 35, I think, to run for president. I think I remember
35 years old. Yeah, you're good.
So I honestly, with no history whatsoever of governor or senate, I might make a run at this shit next 4 years.
I mean, should we just put What's Good America on the 2024 ticket? Should we just go ahead and do this?
Why not? I mean, America, what's the worst that could happen?
I mean, at this point, we over here going through Dante's Inferno in California right now. But what I will say, and this is actually a true level. Anybody that's been listening to the show, Chris, to answer your question, why? All I'm going to say is, in regards to that, and I'll move back to the football very quickly. If you've lived in Missouri, if you've been to Missouri, if you know the history of Missouri, read your history books. Even the ones that don't have it, that'll answer your question. So, yeah, I'll probably take some flack from that from some of my friends in Missouri, but I think I've been drunk and I've talked about my experience. Now, in regards to the football, there's a lot of things that I took away from that game. And I'm going to be in agreement with you with what you said, because I'm going to give credit where credit is due. We saw a masterful job by an owner and a general manager. Every player that has been paid by that team, that's the first takeaway. That's something you don't see in football. Every player that has had a contract on that team, Chris, made a play in that game in the last 2-3 years. Chris Jones, it is not a game. Chris Jones, he says, like he's coming for Aaron Donald. Like he said, this is my year. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to have the sack numbers. He earned his money. Patrick Mahomes goes without saying. Tyreek Hill, just the fact that if he's on the field, Tyreek Hill is the key to that offense. If they have Tyreek Hill, you cannot beat this team. They may slip up and lose because somebody might get them.
Right.
But Tyreek Hill is the key to that offense. And anybody that knows, and I'm going to help those that are learning the game, maybe through our show or get excited about getting the fan. Listen, you cannot teach 4-1-9. You can't.
No.
That's there's only certain people that are in that atmosphere. And all those guys can't catch footballs. Those guys wear singlets, and we watch them every 4 years, okay? That's how fast this guy is. But everybody, Kelsey got a contract, made plays. And then, really to me, and we talked about him on this show, much to the dismay of Chris, but the one thing I know about Chris can call a spade when it's time to. And that'll let you know I'm sober, America. And I already said a spade. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We talked about this kid on this show. I have been talking about him since I was fanboying over LSU all last year. And this is what I told you, Chris, on the phone before we did this. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it ended up being a somber show. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is exactly what Darren Sproles would have been if he'd have got 20 carries a game. That's what makes me sad, because Darren Sproles is our age. Darren Sproles was incredible. And there's a lot of people that know him here as the great flex guy to pick up. And Darren Sproles was better than Helaire. Helaire is just getting the touches. So that's the point I want to make. That's how special I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is. He could be basically Darren Sproles, but this guy, Chris, he carried the ball 25 times last night. Do you understand that Patrick Mahomes had 216 yards passing? The only reason why I know that because I drafted him first overall in my draft. 216 yards passing, and it looked like Kansas City was never going to lose that game. That is a scary sight when Patrick Mahomes can go, he's hot. What are you going to do? And that's Chris's point. You can't put 7 in the box.
No.
They're man to man because they're in 3 wide sets. So you want to deal with Tyreek Hill? You can't just try to play 6 in the box because now they'll just hand it off to a guy that can run and catch. Other takeaways. Deshaun Watson deserves his money, and they got to get him some help.
Oh, God, so much. I didn't realize how deprived that team was until Hop was gone. Like, he needs a tight end. Like, his receivers are okay, but he doesn't have an X receiver. Like, he has a bunch of Ys. He has a Z. He doesn't have an X receiver. For America who doesn't understand, like, football, an X receiver is, to give this man his roses while we're on it, is a James Walton. It's a guy that you know for a fact is 3rd and 5, 3rd and 8, whatever. I can lob it up to him, and he has a 70% chance of coming down with it. Like, it's a Dez Bryant. It's a Jerry Rice. And I'm not blowing smoke up Walt's ass to put him on the same category, but, like, it's your guy. Like, it's a guy that you know, hey, no matter what, if they send 7, and they got a safety over the top and a corner down below, I'm pretty sure you might come down with this. And they do not have it at all.
Yeah. Watch, and this will come to a new segment I'm adding to this very quick podcast we're doing. Watch what DeAndre Hopkins does for Kyler Murray. And watch what happens with Kyler Murray. Because of how consistent. It's something. See, America, football, you can have all the skill and talent in the world. The best ability is availability in the game. And that's a guy that plays quite often. He has not missed a lot of games. That's why he has so many catches and yards. And that's a dude that's there, and he makes ridiculous catches. Okay, so I want to get back to your point of who can beat this team. There's nobody in the AFC that can beat that team. The only way that team gets beat is if Patrick Mahomes gets hurt.
I don't disagree.
That's it. Because they have done such a great job. Like it's basically New England moved to the Midwest.
Yeah.
So get used to it. This is going to be the new team everybody hates. That's what I love about America. People actually there was a time when people liked the Patriots. Like it was not a bad thing. Like when they beat the Rams,
they were America's team.
I was rooting for the Patriots. I was in the middle of Missouri, sitting with all sorts of St. Louis fans. I almost got beat up that night. Hey man, I was in there talking cash shit at the Kappa House. I was talking. I had to go ahead and excuse myself back to my dorm. Boy, I went over there. I was like, I told y'all.
I don't know if you remember this, but America adopted New England that game because it was the greatest show on turf. Like all these fast ass 4-4, 4-3 guys.
Of Roses, how many gamers in that offense?
Oh God, I don't.
Torrey Holt,
and
your time's coming, Torrey Holt. Keep waiting. Your time's coming.
And they came out one by one to these grand entrances and all this other stuff, and Kurt Warner MVP. But then the New England Patriots came out as the New England Patriots. Like they got introduced as a team. They're all America. They were all locked up, elbow to elbow, walking out as a team. Nobody booed then, but they walked out elbow to elbow as the New England Patriots. And it was just like, you know what? I like these dudes. Like, okay, no solo entrances. We're one band, one sound. Okay, I like these dudes.
You didn't just go one band, one sound on them.
Shout out to Nick Cannon.
Shout out to Nick Cannon, man. Hey, Viacom, give that man his show back, man. Stop playing.
He's hilarious.
I get it. He shouldn't have said what he said, but that's his show. He created that. Okay. And that's the thing, but that's America for you. America is one of those, we love to see an underdog get there. But once the underdog becomes
the dog.
It's time, you got to go. So after after the third one in 4 years, they were like, look, we tired of you. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the only time America really openly rooted for Terrell Owens. Oh my God, he's coming back from a broken. It's probably the one time where T.O. Chatter was mostly positive.
Hey, and that's saying something.
Outside of Skip,
that's saying something.
Skip just goes in on him.
Team obliterator.
That's a crazy nickname. I disagree with that. He's just T.O.
Oh God.
But this is what it is. The Chiefs, it's theirs to lose, man. Because let's re-talk about it again, because I've mentioned it here and there in different shows. I give Patrick Mahomes all the credit in the world. America, you guys don't know what that contract did and the way it's laced.
Yeah.
He did that because he said, I want to win 7. That's basically all it was. I'll be here 10 years. He expects to win at a 70% clip. Because all those guys got paid now. So if you pay your stars now, as they're getting older and they transition out, they're going to be able to rework those deals.
You got money.
And this is we're talking listen, we're talking Kansas City, man. This is not the cap of a Jerry Jones or a Stan Kroenke out in LA with the Rams.
No.
Or a Jets or a Giants, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, these guys, they don't have that type of money. So for them to spend, God, they spent an insane amount of money in guarantees.
Yeah.
But they paid the right guys. If you had to line up two defensive tackles next to each other, Aaron Donald will be one and Chris Jones will be the other. Hands down the last 3. That's how good Chris Jones has been.
Yeah. Yep.
And to take it from a great nose guard right there, D-tackle himself. If he's standing on that, it's a wrap.
Dude, I don't disagree because you can't block that. You gonna double both?
Then the best part of all this, Chris, is all Damian Williams by sitting out did, and we talked about this on our show, like what was going to happen. So Damian Williams sat out because he got guaranteed money. And his thing is, well, let's see what the kid can do. And he sat out for the right reasons, to protect his family.
Right.
And I don't disagree with that 100%. But this guy literally became Wally Pipp in the NFL. It just happened in one game. Because they weren't going to unleash Clyde unless Damian got hurt.
Yep.
Basically, what Andy said, I'm going to see what the kid can do. And you can't square him. He got squared up once at the end of the game. I couldn't believe Pat threw that dump down. I said, Pat, what are you doing? Go score. First of all, go get me a 4th touchdown. Because, fantasy. I'm being 100. But the dump down, it was a horrible play. Like, Pat doesn't hang his guys out like that. No. Like, they're all over. Like, you think, like, somebody's trying to make a name. This dude has 170, 160 all purpose. And when he put his foot in the ground,
it's a wrap.
So that's our takeaway from that, America. I'm in agreement with Chris, but we also knew this. This is not news to us.
No.
We just wanted to see what happened in those type of elements, with 10,000 fans. I give Kansas City credit. Excuse me. There's some of the hellfire and brimstone coughing out of my lungs. I get that was some circumstances. And I think both teams, I think the Texans are going to be fine. Are they going to win the division? Let's see what Indianapolis does. That's a team I'm intrigued to watch. I'm very intrigued to see that. I'm out on Tennessee. And here's the reason why. I just believe they gave Ryan Tannehill too much money. I don't believe in that.
Fuck it. That was like 3 fuckets in a row. But let's just roll into that. All right. One, they did overpay for Ryan Tannehill.
They overpaid.
I agree.
They gave him. He doesn't even deserve Kirk Cousins' money. You got to do that again. At least Kirk Cousins was putting them numbers up on a trash team
consistently
on franchise tags. So he's earned his money and then played very well last year. Another bad fantasy decision. I drafted that guy and I dropped him after 2 weeks. That was stupid. I have not had a good fantasy run, America. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's been bad. It carried over. to the 4th round. I'm sorry. I'll get off that. But go into your Tennessee spiel.
Here's my thing about Tennessee. You did overpay for Tannehill, but
their defense is nice though.
Your defense is nice, and you pay.
I like Byard. Byard's one of these. He's a true what I would call an SOB. Like that's a bitch. That's a some bitch right there. Like that dude can play. He can talk. He can back it up. He's an all-pro. Have they paid him yet? They need to pay him.
I don't know.
It's time that they need to go ahead. I mean, I think no disrespect to Budda Baker, but Budda Baker's the highest paid safety in football right now. Come on now.
But you upgraded your defensive line. You secured your quarterback. I don't want to call him your franchise quarterback, but you secured a quarterback. You secured him with enough money where he's happy, but you don't mind going out to get somebody else if you need to.
I think he plays better. He's like Trubisky. He needs to have somebody
pushing.
Like, hey, he knew if he messed up. Like, they drafted that guy. Like, we really wanted to work with him. He just could never get healthy. And the year that he finally had weapons, he just couldn't figure it out. And Tannehill was like, hey, some of these guys out of the SEC, look at me giving praise. Like, I'm going to give it back to you. I knew how good A.J. Brown was. A.J. Brown is a better wide receiver than DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Period. Just because he can run the whole route tree. I think DK with time, and this is a guy, I love DK. I think DK is going to go over 1,000. It's going to be 1,010 for him every year. But A.J. Brown can do more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I have to use myself because I don't like using other guys. But it's once I learned how to do what I had to do in 09 and 10, working with Robert, working on my motions and stuff, because I was defensible before I got to Billings. They just wanted to make sure, hey, we know you go in high motion, but you don't do it right. Once I learned how to do that, unstoppable. So I mean, let's just go right into it, man. Because I kind of took us there, and I promise you I wasn't taking a shot at Derrick Henry. I just feel like everybody's going to go, we're going to play. Hey, now that's a team right there. We're going to play y'all 7 in the box.
That's what I wanted to get to.
And that's my thing with Tennessee. That's why I don't trust it, because at Indianapolis, solid defense.
Very much so.
Texans, hey, they played Kansas City. Watch what they do. JJ stays healthy. That team, JJ came back and they made the playoffs. Like, think about that.
Yeah. But here's one thing about the Titans. So you got Tannehill. Tannehill is not a Aaron Rodgers type, throw the post, throw the out route 30 yards down. Like, he is an intermediate quarterback. And to hit your point, between the Ole Miss receivers, let's call them what they are, DK is a physical freak.
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
Period. Who's still learning the game. Compared to AJ. AJ is a more classical prototype receiver that knows the entire route tree.
He's so polished, dude. Like, he's
exactly.
so polished, man. He's fun to watch in that offense. Like,
so I feel like AJ will have a better career, but you'll see more explosions out of DK.
Nah, DK's gonna have a better career. Russell's gonna play till he's 45. I'm telling you that. Right. I don't follow him. I should follow him on Instagram. You see these pictures? I saw a picture with him, and first of all, the kid's name is Wynn. I didn't even know that until today. That just flashed up. Shout out to Russell Wilson. Okay, shout out to Danger Russ. Like, that
Danger Russ.
Come on, man. It's like our situations, man. Okay, like, I'm not saying that my beautiful soon-to-be wife, is on Sierra's level. But you can tell Russ he's in like a Tom Brady situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That dude is happy to be home when he's home. And he's got the type of woman that's like, go get that money and go do it as long as it makes you happy. That's the type of situation we have. Go make that money as long as you have it.
Exactly.
So I'm just telling you, the Sierra factor, Russ is playing Russ gonna be young. Russ gonna be doing all sorts of workout. Like, that's like Tom. How did Tom really meet this Guerrero guy? I bet it was a connect from Giselle. Like, hey, I know a guy. I'm just saying. So,
hey, like I told you about my relationship and Tom Brady's relationship, like, you just come home, Tom comes home with a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl check, and hey, I just got an extension. And she looks at it like, oh, that's cute. Look at your little football money. That's cute.
Hey, I just made $40 million walking the runway for 5 minutes.
I made $40 million in 5 minutes. Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the opposite in Russ's house, because good for Sierra. Like, this is off the football topic, but
very much so.
Since my biggest fan is here, and I'm her biggest fan, can we talk about, like, real quick, and this is no disrespect to these dudes, because I'm a fan of all these guys, but let's talk about Sierra's come up. Started with Lil Bow Wow. What's going on with Shaq?
I don't know. I don't know.
And then I don't really know what was happening in between there. Maybe Justin Timberlake got in there for a minute, Love Magic. He might have. That's when Timberlake was,
No. She called Timberlake right on the come up. He wasn't like.
No, he was there.
Yet.
He was there. Callie.
It was
They may not
before
be
Cry
here.
Me a River. It was
What
before
is
Cry Me a
What
River.
is your favorite Justin Timberlake album of all time? She said Future Sex Love Sound. Love Sounds. That came out in 2007. Love, Sex, and Magic came out in 2009. Justin Timberlake was on top of the world. Like, this dude couldn't do no wrong.
Very true.
Look, this dude was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and drop an album every 4 years and just make movies. He made like a shit ton of movies in between all that, man.
On another side note, In Time, the movie from Justin Timberlake was before its time. If you make that movie now, it makes $1 billion.
Yeah, no.
Go
Right
ahead.
actors, too.
My fault.
So, yeah, so maybe in there. And then, shout out to Future. Like, Future, Future's Future. Like, that's a big, like, Future's, he's the deal. But, there's a difference between all them guys
And Dangerous.
and Dangerous. I mean, at one point, this guy was the richest in his field. So
He set the standard for where everybody gets paid. I get it.
He's getting all these guys paid. Like, so shout out to Russ. And by I mean all these guys. I'm talking about Patton and Deshaun.
Let me hit you with this.
I'll get off that.
Let me hit you with this. My surprise team for this year, and you brought it up, is the Indianapolis Colts, man.
I'm telling you, everybody's sleeping on Phillip Rivers, man. I ain't sleeping on him. That dude, that O-line, I'm telling you right now, they have a solid defense. So let's go ahead and redo this. Like, that's a great sleeper. I would just take the Bears, but that's not a sleeper when it comes to me. I think the team, and I have to change my Miami pick. I was going to get into that. Yeah. When that Cam Newton signing happened, that shit just went. I think I literally shit that out of my body and flushed it. I changed everything. I mean, Callie was ready. She was looking for a new team. She was like, "Hey, Cal, you want to change off the Patriots? Now they got Cam Newton." Hey, she went straight Dave Chappelle. She was like, "Nah, bitch, I'm cool." Oh man, her draft was great. I watched her draft with her sisters, brothers-in-laws, and shout out to everybody. Dick and Double OT. Shout out to the commission, the champ, soon to be brother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? They were, dude. I was watching them two talk about the Patriots, like, oh my God, Edelman has somebody to still make him look adorable still.
Yep.
You know how them two feel about Julian Edelman. Boy, I'm telling you, it's all right. Hey, America, I'm telling you right now. That's when you made it in your life as a man. When you're a black man and you're white, soon-to-be wife can go, "Hey, babe, just letting you know, Julian Edelman's really hot." And you don't take any offense to that. It's like, yeah. That is true unity. Okay, that's what we need more of that in the world. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, I got my laugh out of babe for the day, so we're good to go. Sleeper, dude, you hit me with. I like the Colts, man, because I agree with you. Like, that's because nobody's talking about it, and that's
at all.
Indianapolis likes that right now. They have a very good coach. They have a very good owner, not in his personal life, but he knows what's time. Dude, I would have to say, man, just kind of seeing what's been going on. I'm gonna give you two. Don't fall asleep on Cleveland. I'm going to tell you why. There's no hype.
I can't.
Don't fall asleep on them. That division, I get it. Baltimore's there. It's Baltimore's to lose. But don't think Cleveland can't win 9-10 games and get a wild card spot. We know who the one spot is. Remember, 7 spots now. Don't forget that. There's an extra spot. Don't sleep on them because – I mean, remember last year, our whole media cycle, and I was part of it because I was in the hype too. I was like, there's no way. Because I'm a believer when you got 2 alpha guys that actually like each other, I've seen that in my experience. Every time I had another alpha guy next to me, I won titles. Shout out Robert Red. R.I.P. Carl Sims. And a lot of the alpha guys I played with. Glenn Johnson, Reggie Gray, big play Reggie Gray. Who
Big
was in
play,
town.
Reggie Gray.
Big play Reggie Gray, AFL legend, was in town, had dinner with me and Cal, man. We were chopping it up. So I've played with some guys, and I understand what that does. It elevates you. It makes you just want to win and celebrate together. So don't sleep on Cleveland. And then I would tell you, man, in all honesty, the other team I'm really kind of like, you know what? I'm feeling them. And I feel like, man, I think that division, it's the Cardinals. I think that DeAndre Hopkins pick,
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough around it where people are paying attention. But I think Kyler Murray, from year 1 to year 2, getting that guy, you still got old man Larry who can still get open. Shout out Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
And that defense is not bad. And I think Kyler, and I read this article, I give the guy ESPN credit covering it. This is true. Kyler Murray has never had a year where he's focused on just one sport in his entire life until this year. Watch what Kyler Murray does. I feel like I live in San Francisco, the 40. Okay. Should we just go into it?
Go into it.
All right. America, this is a new segment, and I'm going to go ahead and throw some picks out at you right now. This segment is called On My Mama. Chris, explain to America when, you hear that from Urban, what On My Mama, like how serious that is.
So I'll bring it full circle. So when you hear the term, give me a minute, usually it's not going to be a minute. And then 2, it's usually followed by just pretty much a rant, a monologue of information. When you hear the term, on my mama, that is the equivalent of saying, I swear to God, this is going to happen. So when you hear black people say, oh my, and usually it's only black people.
And then normally, like we're keeping it like very calm here because we're
very much so.
What usually happens after you see somebody say, "Oh my mama"?
Like it's usually clapping. There's like, bro, oh my mama, dog. Like it might be a fight to follow.
That's what I wanted to say. Usually it's a fight. Like somebody if you say this on my mama, I'm a bust your head.
You usually the term like, bro, on my mama. I swear to God, bro, if you say it again, I'm on your ass. So, on my mama.
So based on that, we're going to keep coming at our liquor company, even though they don't know it. Shout out to Screwball. Show the bottle one time, Chris. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Screwball. All right. But if all else fails, might as well just give y'all some picks. I mean, why not? We're going to get famous one way or another. So let's see what happens. We'll rewind this back on Wednesday and see what happens. Because you know what? I ain't got nothing better to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go here right now. So on my mama, Chris, I'm pulling up what I see here. And first and foremost, on my mama, the Bears are going to beat Detroit. Okay, let's just start there. This is another team. It can't be slept on. You got a Chicago guy. You got a guy wearing I have it, Illinois. The Bears will win in convincing fashion. Here's another one, Chris. On my mama, Carolina. Is the underdog Carolina's going to win that game versus Vegas? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. On my mama, Arizona upset San Francisco week 1. Let me really start reaching. All right?
I don't know if that's a reach.
On my mama, Arizona upset San Francisco because they ready.
Yeah.
Those are my three money line picks. Those are basically money line picks.
So you hit them with that.
That's where I'm at right now. I'll get into some other ones, but if you want 3 money line bets,
yeah, let me
Bears, Panthers, Cardinals. And I can find some other ones, but I'm good. That's those 3 are going to happen. We'll rewind this back, and I'll be immediately ready to apologize to America on Tuesday or Wednesday, since those are my off days here for the next week or so. So I'll be ready to apologize, but those are 3 upsets I expect to see.
Let me give you mine. Mine are more league wide, more season wide. On my mama, the Jaguars will be drafting a quarterback first round next year.
Mm.
I
You
put that up.
don't believe in Minshew magic?
I feel like Gardner Minshew, which shout out, I love this kid. God, I love everything
Man, you better
about
do
him.
something. Callie's she's gonna listen to this back when it hits the air tomorrow.
Hey, I love everything about him. But like he's not your franchise quarterback.
How do you know that? I disagree. But
He is.
On my mama, let me
He's the poor man's Baker Mayfield. Ooh. That's my take on it. All right, so that's my first.
All right, I'll give you that.
My second, oh my mama, the Patriots will make the playoffs.
Oh, that's a given.
It's the AFC East.
That's a given, dude.
No. Like I've seen a lot of projections where the Patriots are going to be like 5-12, 5-11, whatever. Like
before or after Cam Newton?
After Cam.
Who predicted the Patriots going to be? Who did that?
This was Skip. This was like just about every show that's on ESPN.
Skip Bayless said that. Skip.
Let me do it with the big talk.
I know you did not just say that, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Did Shannon go in on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shannon went in, but Shannon only said they were going to be like 8-8. Like he went past the 5 and whatever. He gave
not only on my mama do I support that, but in honor of my big little brother, PD Mac, and I think I'm allowed to say this on the air. What do you think, man? Can I say what I think I'm getting ready to say about him? Yeah, I'm gonna say it on the air. Congratulations, man. PD Mac engaged over the weekend, man. Shout out to my big little brother, man. And he would say, I stand on it. I'm with you. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good second one right there. Keep rolling though, man.
And my next one. On my mama, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be beat in the first round of the playoffs.
Ooh, so they make the playoffs.
They make the playoffs as a 2 seed. Maybe as a 2 seed.
So they get they lose in the home stadium? Ooh, that dude, that would hurt. That hurt with the Super Bowl in the backyard. That's rough.
They lose in the first round.
So you know what? We gonna change the name to that. We're gonna call that like Wayne's J's Picks or something. Because I want to do 3 like that right now. I'm gonna take a little bit more time. Then we can give me a minute. This went longer than I wanted. Because this food is smelling delicious. I got to go eat.
Do it to it. I got a flag football game here in about an hour, so.
I love that you're – look, that's why his arms is out, America. He wanted to remind – no, I'm just kidding. Shout out to everybody in the league. I love you guys, man, because I know everybody in that league, man. Everybody stay safe this season. All right, here's my 3 on my mamas. On my mama, an LSU player will win Rookie of the Year.
Go ahead. I'm not even interrupting. Go ahead.
Oh, please interrupt.
No.
Am I
go
wrong?
ahead. Go
Am
ahead.
I wrong?
I'm not dealing with you right now. Go ahead. I feel like you
there.
did that shit just to be an asshole. So
I didn't do that. We talked about it. Like the Rookie of the Year was on display. But guess what? We haven't seen the other Rookie of the Year candidate play. So one way or another, Rookie of the Year is going to be from LSU. So good luck dealing with that. And that's my second one that I'll do just today. Whatever win total the Cincinnati Bengals had last year, they will double it because of Joe Burrow and A.J. Green being back. I think they won like 3 games last year. They win in 6.
What? Fuck you. Where's all this LSU shit coming from?
Nothing. I just feel like I need to just go ahead and remind people that I've been calling this stuff. So I'm going to do it now. I need to erase what you did to me last week. Like you murdered me on my show. Actually, I murdered myself, and you just
Thank you. I just commented on what you did.
You danced on my grave. You know what I mean? Like it really was. It really was. You know, for once in my life, I felt like Dan Scott with that Bryce Love thing, like One Tree Hill reference right there. Anyway, Callie just rolled her eyes like, stop it. She's like, everybody was shitting on me.
Oh,
Shitting on me, man. So that's my second stand-up. Here's my third stand-up. And this is a big one. I do believe that there will be one division in the AFC where 3 teams will make the playoffs. And it's because of the fact there's an expanding. And I believe that the division is going to be the AFC North. The Ravens, the Steelers, and the Browns.
You and this Brown shit.
I'm telling you, man, there's nothing better than quiet waters when you have that much talent. And they're solid on defense, too. I think they're going to miss Schobert, though. I didn't like get rid of him. He's down in Jacksonville. He's going to struggle there. But if there's going to be one division that's going to have 3 teams make the playoffs, I think it could be the AFC North. So, I mean, those are my 3 stand-ups. Well, I can't wait to rewind the tape and apologize on all 6 things I said.
Hey, I'm not even mad at it.
Hey, but let's close it up, man, so we can get this thing out tomorrow, man. You guys can enjoy it and tear it apart. Come at us, comments, everything, man. We appreciate the love, man. I've had so many people. I mean, even Reggie Gray was like, dude, I listened to the show the other night. I said, wow.
That's big.
We need you guys to, listen to it on the app.
Yeah. That's,
we gotta find a way. Or go to the YouTube page. Do something. Where are we at on YouTube? How many views or subscribers?
I hadn't even checked it. I know we have a couple of subscribers. So shout out to the ones I know off the top of my head. Norris Wren III, NW3, Light Skin Committee.
Okay.
Shout out to Centauria Thomas, very good friend of mine. Also, because I said if you follow me, I'm gonna follow you. So we following her. Also, if you need any travel, anything, contact Centauria Thomas, Travel with Centauria. She can hook it up, flights, rental cars, vacations, Airbnbs, whatever. She can take you from point A to point B and get you all the way back home for dirt cheap. So Centauria Thomas, thank you very much. I'm going to hate saying this, but Lee High School stand up. She was beyond a great friend of mine when I was at Lee, and then I transferred to the Rival and became a 5-star god that I am. But we're not going to throw that in, which I think I got permission. I think I got it. But I will be at the Ed White Lee High School game November 3rd, 2020 in my full Ed White gear. And I might even do a show during the game. So
Chris Turner's going back to Jacksonville November 3rd?
I'm going back home. I think I got permission. There might be a What's Good America during the game because I already got my sideline shit ready because, bitch, you ain't going to hold me up the sideline. So, West Side Rivalry,
November
Ed White High School.
Really busy for me. No kidding. And then Cassie's sister's birthday is November 5th. I just found out about this now. This is not like surprise. I knew it, but no, he just dropped this on me.
So, I'm probably going to be home. And if somebody else is in Jacksonville, Florida at that time, there might be a live from location What's Good America from Duval County.
And don't let us both be in Duval.
Oh, it's a wrap.
And don't let the Jaguars have a winning record.
Oh, they won't. I'm not worried about that. It's not a concern.
Man. I love this. I mean, it seemed quicker to me. I looked at the clock. I'm like, man, we had our normal hour.
All right. So to wrap it up, because like I said, I do got a flag football game. He does have a delicious dinner to get into. We are now trademarked What's Good America. This is that time to show that everybody loves and it's near and dear to their heart. When we say some outlandish or some real shit or some real outlandish shit, and You just got to take it. So, Walt, do you want to go first or you want to go second?
I'm definitely going second, man, because I'm way too sober. I got to see what you say. Listen, I'm in a truck all day, so I be having a lot of thoughts on my mind. Callie said some provocative shit the other day that I was like, I might have to steal that because she made a good point about what's going on in the world. So I might give her a shout out and then make some jokes after that. But, not about what she said, but just about the character that she brought up. So, I mean, I need you to go first because I got to see where you at because you opened the show. You just came out just throwing grenades. And I'm not talking about the grenades that used to be on Jersey Shore. You know what I'm saying?
Jim Tan Laundry, baby.
Yeah,
so let me do this first before I get into my give me a minute. So first, I want to give a shout out to what's the girl's name? Natalie Osaka, I believe her name is.
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi. I want to give a shout out to her. She won
3-time.
Yeah.
I actually did a. And Kelly goes, what you about? I said, Naomi Osaka just won her third one. She's 22 years old. And Serena got beat. It's happening.
That change may be coming in tennis. Don't get me wrong. Serena did her thing. But that change, age 8.
She might be the one. That's 3 years in a row she's got one.
Father Time is undefeated. So, big shout out to her. So, my give me a minute. It was going to start off being about Florida State, but my give me a minute is going to be about the ACC.
Ooh.
So, America.
This is going to get bad.
Give me a minute. And this might even be a little bit of "Oh My Mama" too. So it's a give me a minute, "Oh My Mama." Starting out with Clemson. Oh my mama. If Clemson loses a game, Trevor Lawrence will shut it down. And I don't mean shut it down to the point where he won't play, but I guarantee you it's going to be a lot of check down routes because he don't want nobody to hit him and ruin that first fucking pick because it's him. Let's call it what it is. So if Clemson loses a game, Trevor Lawrence will shut it down and it will be noticeable. Secondly, Florida State, what the fuck happened, bro? Like, I'm
glad you touched on it because I was going to touch on it in mine if you did, but you need to go ahead.
I grew up a Florida State fan. I went to high school a Florida State fan, and when the chance came for me to decide what colleges, I took all 5 visits, but I knew from day one, 9th grade, that if I got a chance, I was going to Florida State.
Yeah.
Fast forward, 19 years later? What happened? Bobby left. I get it. He got old. He had a coaching waiting. It happened. Jimbo Fisher's gone. I wasn't the biggest fan of his in the first place, but he did lead them to the promised land. Oh, Uncle Willie should have never been there in the first place. Odell Hagan, a lot of you don't know that name. He was a defensive line coach for Florida State University throughout this whole tenure. Why he hasn't gotten a shot to lead that team outside of what's the term they give them? Intermediate coaches or interim coaches.
Yep.
He's coaching 2 bowl games. He's won 2 bowl games. Why he hasn't gotten a shot to lead that team as a head coach, I don't know, and it's a damn shame. Florida State, what happened? We all know. Because Florida State, Odell Hagan is a real one. He isn't hey, here's our black guy. Nah. Odell's a real one.
That's part 2. He's Odell Hagan. He's not.
True.
He's not Dabo at this point.
No.
Dabo's turned himself into Dabo.
Yeah.
Sorry. We don't interrupt these. My bad.
You're good.
I can tell I'm sober.
And my last part of this, give me a minute, / oh my mama, Georgia Tech in the next 3 years will become the power of the ACC.
Ooh.
They no longer run that triple option Navy Army shit. They're now in the spread offense. Their quarterback, 4-star guy to Jacksonville, Florida, Jeff Sims. I salute you, kid, even though I don't like the high school you went to. Let me give you their starting wide receivers, Walt. 6'3", 218. 6'5", 230. 6'6", 185. 6'1", 215. 6'6", 215. And everybody is either a redshirt sophomore or below.
Hey, you think a certain guy had a bit of an influence on that?
Oh, yeah.
On those sizes?
I can guarantee you, because all those receivers are from Georgia. Who else went to Georgia Tech from Georgia that is about that same size? Was named after a cartoon.
You talking about that one guy that, like, basically, in his time was kind of Barry Sanders-esque, like Detroit has a history of doing that to their players.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's the guy you're talking about. It's your give me a minute. I'll let you announce that name.
I can't. Calvin Johnson, I think. I can guarantee you he's had a deal to do with this recruiting. Now that they're out of that whole triple option shit. So, just to recap, my give me a minute. Georgia Tech will take over the ACC. And if I'm apologizing for this shit in 3 years, fuck you. I'm still not. Florida State, it's time to give Deion the reins, man. It's time.
That's what I've been waiting
on. It's pay him what he wants, give him 5 years, and watch the program get turned around. If not, Florida State messed up. And damn, I'm running long, but Florida State messed up during 2002 to 2006, because during that time, Florida State stopped recruiting the state of Florida heavily. All they started doing in the state of Florida, which is a bunch of them, all they started doing was going after like the higher recruited 5-star guys. Now, during that time, it's when the University of Florida really, really came up, because they started taking all these 3-star, 4-star, 5-star guys they could that Florida State didn't pay attention to. Miami really started to come up because they started taking those 3-star, 4-star, 5-star guys that Florida State didn't take care of. So, Florida State, the way you win Florida State is you take care of the state of Florida. That's been my give me a minute.
I'm just glad you got the Deion in there. I like you went a lot of places with that, man. That was a good one. That was solid. So let me do as I traditionally do. Didn't bring a second glass because, it's just not that type of night for you, boy. Just want to have a little sip.
I understand.
But, I think it's time for my give me a minute. So, America, give me a minute. So as I look over to my inspiration here on my left, she brought up a really good point. We were getting ready to go hang out with big play Reggie Gray, AFL legend, my teammate. Had a ball with him, man. Shout out to you, Reggie Gray. And we were sitting there, we were talking. I just got off work, and she goes, "Hey, you know what we need right now? We need Michael Jackson. Remember those songs he used to sing? Like, how relevant would those songs be right now?" And she brought up Heal the World, Man in the Mirror, and Earth Song. Do you think Michael Jackson, saw this shit coming? And that's the one she did the dance. And I forgot. The one that she really hit on first time, I'm glad she did that, was Black or White. It don't matter if you black or white.
Black or white.
I was like, man, it took me some places, America. I was like, no, this dude was, even though he was getting that Pepsi money, he was getting that Bubbles money, Bubbles the monkey money. He was getting that Michael Jackson Neverland money. This dude, was speaking some shit. He was a part of writing Heal the World with Quincy and Lionel Richie and them guys.
Yep.
Not Heal the World, We Are the World. As a young dude, man. And it really kind of struck me. I was like, that was, she just I had just come up work, she got the cushion, obviously we talked about, the whole Tom Giselle factor. I'm not even a Tom. Like she's Giselle and Tom in this house. You know, I'm like, hey, you know who I am? Hey,
What?
Chris, I'm Kevin Hogan in this house. You know what I'm saying? I just came along for the ride, baby. Threw me a couple passes. I got a Super Bowl ring out this bitch. Ain't that something?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They ain't do nothing to establish they do nothing to establish the franchise. They just picked me up out of Buffalo and gave me a ring. Ain't that a bitch? And then I got to play in another Super Bowl after that. I'm Kevin Hogan in this house. You know what I'm saying? Not Kevin Hogan. I'm sorry. Kevin Hogan's the quarterback from Stanford. I'm Chris Hogan.
I know who you meant.
Yeah, but hey, you know. And I thought that was dope. And I just wanted to pass that in our show. You know, there's a lot of curse words last weekend. You are not alone. Well, that song was Babe. That song, hey, he's like, Babe goes, you are not alone was the one she forgot the name of it. The only reason why I have to tread lightly on that song, Babe, is the guy that wrote that song. I'm not allowed to speak. Only reason. Which brings me to the end of my Give Me a Minute. You know what? This is what I thought about my truck. So I'm glad she actually said that. Do you know what's crazy? And I'm going to say this the right way because I don't want anybody persecuting my family, coming at me or anything, okay? I want to say 100%. He's wrong for what he did. I don't agree with it. I don't stand for it. Whatever. Like, I don't. It's horrible. And there's a lot of it that's been going on in the world. It's a damn shame. But how come we don't not listen to Elvis's music?
Uh-oh.
How come Jerry Lee Lewis is still the king of rock and roll? Can somebody help me with this?
Uh-oh.
Why, like, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, why do I have to give up R. Kelly? Nobody has to give up Ella. Priscilla Presley was like 17 years old.
Uh-oh.
Nobody says shit about Elvis. Jerry Lee Lewis married a 14-year-old girl.
Yep.
And he's still the king of rock and roll. But I can't step in the name of love anymore.
Can I mention something?
Man, can I get my first one out, man? I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. This close to that. What the fuck, man? Do you understand? Yeah, go ahead, man. You can go ahead on this one, because listen, once again, everything this motherfucker's done is wrong. Okay, here come all the F-bombs. Only R. Kelly can pull these type of F-bombs out of me. Sober. Okay, I do not. I disagree with what he did to Leah. I hate it. I can't stand it. He's a piece of shit. But why the hell do I have to sneak and watch the Trap in the Closet series? I don't understand why I can't share that with the world.
I'll be real quick. I promise I'll be real quick. So one, me and the wife watched all the Trapped in the Closet videos, I want to say week before last, because she'd never seen any of them.
Oh man, you got to do it once.
We watched all, she was like, what are you watching? I'm like, what do you mean what I'm watching? It's Trapped in the Closet.
Hey,
I don't know what that is.
Chris, as soon as you hear 7 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, I heard it, and I was hooked for the rest of them. So we watched all.
That summer was crazy, dude. When they were dropping them on the radio, remember that shit?
Dude, we watched all 32 chapters. So that's one, and then I'll give it back to you. And then two, Woody Harrelson married his 14-year-old daughter. Not Woody Harrelson.
Not Woody Harrelson. Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Well, at least they be shitting on him a little bit. At least he gets shit on it.
Only a little bit though.
But he didn't stop making movies. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? Woody Allen got the Cecil B. DeMille Award 4 years ago, which is an honorary thing. I put it this way. Denzel didn't get that shit till 2 years ago. That's what that means. It's given to it's a high, you get the speech in the middle of the Oscar, of the Golden Globes. It's hey, your career is dope. So that's what I'm trying to understand. I'm glad Babe knew. She gave me my Give Me a Minute. I'm going to tell you something, America. And I'm going to tell anybody that's listening. I'm to the point with the way the world is going right now, because everything that's happening right now is straight Old Testament.
Yep.
Like it is. And I got my sister called me today, checking in on me. My sister doesn't call me. She's the one that's getting shit done in the world. She's worried. My dad texts me from a Google phone just to say, hey, I just have Google text. I'm going to text you. Callie, I'm sure, is getting calls. Shout out Nick Haney gave me a text the other day. My boy Hibby, I think, calls me every other day. He just wants to make sure I don't burn up in addition to talking football. Like, people are worried. Like, this is some, get back in your books. And I said this, and I'm gonna get off him because this is not what the show's about. But I'm going to get back to my R. Kelly point, and then we're going to be done with the show. If all you that are God-fearing know anything about your book, this is what happens when you worship pagan gods and you give credit to those that don't even believe in the message you are. Listen, I'm the only motherfucker saying this shit. As I'm talking biblical, that's why my mom's gonna beat the hell out of me. I'm cursing as I'm doing Old Testament. She's like, well, it's a great Bible study that I put you in, James, but you're cursing through it. Like, my dad's just gonna be like, son, it was a great point that you wrote. But this is the truth. This is all our faults.
Yeah.
We are worshiping and giving praise to people that are not good people. And that is an Old Testament lesson. What did God do when you did that? Oh, he burned you down. He smited you. So it's all our fault. That's all I'm saying. I'm not placing blame on nobody but all of us. That's why we on fire. Because we are not doing what we're supposed to do. Back to R. Kelly. I'm to the based on that point, I'm sorry. I'm lifting my R. Kelly ban.
I'm with you.
I'm listening to R. Kelly again. I'm at the point.
I'm with you.
I mean, first of all, I can't get happy people out of my head.
Feeling on your booty, your booty.
Do you know how many times a day, Chris, I put a key into an ignition based on my job? How can I not think about R. Kelly?
Yo. Oh, man.
Times you put a key. This is the only dude I know that has used that many car references and #1 R&B songs.
Yep.
Remember when he
remind me of my G. I
wanna ride you. Something like my sound. You remind me. Come on, man. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm to the point, and we might lose viewership. I do not condone whatsoever any of his actions. Whatsoever. But I'm telling you right now, if I gotta give up R. Kelly, I can do it. But some of y'all gonna stop talking about Elvis Presley being the king of rock and roll,
yep,
and Jerry Lee Lewis being the king of rock and roll, because that's bullshit. Because R. Kelly at one point was the king of R&B, and that guy has written more songs than you guys know. And when her to go, "You Are Not Alone" song, I said, there's not a person that doesn't love that song. Michael, I'm sorry I took away from your royalties on the show. You know, I didn't mean to do that because I love MJ. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly wrote that song. And here's the crazy coincidence. Who was in the video with Michael Jackson? Lisa Marie Presley. I just connected the dots. That's my, give me a minute. I'm that dope.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode. Let's call it number 34, I guess.
We get up, dude. We got to count them so we can do a 50th anniversary show, man.
Yeah. So let's call it like 34. So that's been episode 34. I don't know the name of this one yet. This, I promise you, I don't. The name of this is gonna come to me when I'm doing it. So I know it's gonna be.
R. Kelly is a pagan god.
Done.
Oh so if I catch on fire tomorrow, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. Callie's gonna be like, "Why did you do that?"
So
she's gonna be so mad.
With all that being said, this has been another episode of What's Good America. Check us out on the YouTube page, What's Good America, the Facebook page.
I will not be listening to R. Kelly openly. I'm just joking.
The YouTube page, What's Good America. Waves F Baby on IG. What's Good America on IG. Oh my God. Oh, this show went left so quick.
Oh, went off the rails, dude. I'm sorry.
So
It's my fault. It was so good until then.
make sure you
What?
tune into Anchor.
One
Download
Mark
Anchor.
Kelly
It's
reference and
free.
it's over.
Download Anchor. It's free. Look for What's Good America. Make sure that you share it, like it, subscribe it, all that good stuff. We need you. We appreciate you. Any topics, just send it to us. We'll cover it all. With all that being said, I got the flag game here in about 30 minutes. So, Walt, you stay not on fire. I'm going to run these routes, and this has been another episode of What's Good America.
What's good, America?